Laura Ray, and tonight we're going to talk about top affordable brands, two favorites that you all have requested so many times from me, and that's e.l.f. and Essence. I've been requested by some of my subscribers because they're over the pond, they're not here in the US, and they said these are brands they can get outside of the US. So tonight I wanted to talk about these. Also, they're so affordable. Most of the products from Essence are around $3.99. There are some that are a little bit more, some a little less, but how affordable is that? And then, of course, e.l.f. I've used both, especially e.l.f. for many years. I've been a real fan of e.l.f. products. Remember the dollar lipsticks? Yes, I used to buy the dollar lipsticks, and I love them so much. Well, tonight I have some of my all-time favorite products from e.l.f. Products that really just blow me away. Now, I want to first start off with saying that hello Victoria, I'm so glad to see you tonight. Welcome to the live stream. I'm so excited that you're here, and I have something I'm wearing now that I think I've never worn on my channel in the history of my channel, and let me show you what it is. First of all, it's a powder foundation. I always wear liquid. I do not wear powder foundations very often. I've tried a few, and usually it has ended in disappointment. But I have one to show you tonight that is so amazing, and it's the brand new one from e.l.f. It is the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation, and my shade is Light 280N. And I am loving it. It is so amazing and beautiful on the skin. It was quick to put on too. I could not believe how quickly I could apply my foundation with a powder. And I've been wearing more oils on my skin lately, and so I think my skin is a little more hydrated, and that helps to make the powder work so much better. And I see Analyzing My Life, she's saying about powder foundation has, I have the comments blown up so big I can't read them. So let me make them a little bit smaller. I tried to make the font a little larger, but I can't see the whole comment right now. But I see you have dry skin, and my skin is normal to sometimes dry, and I think as long as your skin is hydrated, that you might find that this works for you. Now, I've worn this two ways. Tonight, I'm wearing it with just a primer underneath. I don't have any foundation, regular foundation, liquid on. I have tried this more like a setting powder or finishing powder on top of foundation, and then I have tried it alone like what I'm wearing right now, and I just love it. I can't believe how this sinks right into the skin and looks so natural. And like I said, with the oils that I've been using, I sort of have a glow underneath my skin. So I'm loving this, so affordable. This is $11, by the way. And all of the links for every product are beneath the video, just like they are in any regular video that I do. So I am loving this from e.l.f. This is their new camo powder. And so now I want to share another success story with you. And I've mentioned this before in videos, and it's the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is fantastic. I actually like it better than one that I spent almost $40 on, the Cover FX primer, their gripping primer. This is amazing. It definitely has a little tackiness to it. So I want to show you on my glass palette. It is sort of like a clear gel, but it definitely has, you can see with my fingers, it's coming up, the tackiness. And it really helps to keep the foundation on. I find that my foundation lasts so much better with this than without it. So if you have trouble with your foundation staying on during the day, getting the longevity that you want, I really recommend the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I want to stop a minute and welcome Kathy. I'm so glad you're here, Kathy, and El Hun. Hello, and I love how you all are talking to one another and sharing with each other during the live. I absolutely love that. I think that's great. And to Victoria and Rhonda, I have heard great things from other people too that are loving the e.l.f. Camo Powder like I am. I tried the Camo, this CC cream, and I never quite found a shade that worked for me. I even tried blending shades. It just didn't really look as natural as the one from It Cosmetics. That looked a lot more natural on my skin. But this was a dead-on match right away. And my shade, again, was 280N, and it's light. Normally when I wear foundation, I'm at the end of light, almost to medium. And this is a neutral shade. Let me show you again, because some of you are just joining. Hello, Kelly Girl. And hello to Joyce. Yes, we're talking about e.l.f. tonight and also Essence. And I have some amazing products to share with you. I've been testing so many things and I have some real finds. Now, before I forget, when I apply this, I've been using my BK Beauty 101 brush. I love this brush. It is so worth the money. I know it's costs more than some of the brushes out, like brushes from e.l.f., but it's so densely packed that I find for creams, powders like this, it just works miracles. I normally don't like applying blush, not blush, but foundation rather, with a brush. And with this brush, it has been a game changer. I find that I reach for this instead of my sponges, so I'm really enjoying it. Hello to Tina and Patsy and also Ferda. I'm so glad you're here tonight. Welcome. We're talking about e.l.f. and Essence. And now I want to share with you another product from e.l.f. that just blew me away. And that's the Powder Blush palette. Now these have been out for a while. I had these years ago, but it seems to me they've stepped their game up, that the formula is a little different. Years ago when I used this, I thought it was a little chalky and I really was not a fan at all. But this has turned out to be amazing. I love blending the shades. I sometimes will blend a couple. I like this, sort of warms up my skin. Now I want to show you one that I bought that was high-end. And I love this from NARS, but I want to show you the colors don't match. Okay, we're not talking about colors, but look at the two palettes with what you're getting. So this NARS has a lot of their famous shades in it, and they are beautiful. I'm not dissing NARS at all. I love it. But I love this one from e.l.f. just as much, and I find I reach for this just as much. So if you're trying to save dollars, this one here, the blush palette, I think runs around $8, and this was close to $40 for this, maybe even a little more. And it said it was worth a lot more than that. So this is one of those palettes where they say worth so much, but we're selling it for this much. So I love the NARS, but I have to say I like the e.l.f. just as much. I get just as much joy out of it. And welcome, I see Victoria. I'm still got things blown up too big in the chat here to read everything. But I see you're from Scotland. And let's see, I'm going to play with the computer for a second and see if I can slide it over and get so I can read everybody's comments. I'm not doing it right. I'm sliding you off the screen. Let me move it a little more. There we go. I can almost see. Now I can see you guys. There we go. And wow, Victoria, you're in Scotland. Well, welcome from Scotland. And I'm actually part Scottish too. I wish I could go to Scotland and see it. It's such a beautiful country. Now we are going to get, Rhonda, to the Putty Blush. I have some of those to show you, but first I want to show you what's on my eyes. I love purple. I haven't been wearing purple hardly at all, but tonight I am, and I'm using the e.l.f. their Budge Shadow Stick. And I want to close my eyes for just a second so you can see my eye look. I love this. I recently bought the new It Cosmetics eye crayons. They have new eye crayons out. They're around $24 per crayon. I loved it. It did last all day. It did not budge. It looked beautiful. But you know what? This doesn't budge either. It lasts all day. I just love this. I want to buy a couple more so I can share the colors with you. But I love it. Thank you, Tina, for your sweet comment. I used to wear purple all the time, and I don't know why I got away from it. But these are so creamy. I want to show you here on my hand. Look at how beautiful that is. And it does last. I just draw it right on my eye, and then what I did was I patted it out, just sort of pulled it out a little bit. And then I took a fantastic e.l.f. palette, one of their bite-sized palettes. I took like a matte shade, like a cream, and just went under the brow and blended out the rough edges of where the purple was. I made it smooth there. And that's it. So I used two shadows. Hello, Tamara, rather. I'm so happy you're here tonight. And I have some great bite-sized shadows to share with you. You all have seen these, I'm sure, dozens of times on YouTube. Everyone's talked about them. So I won't go into great detail, but I want to let you know that every one I've tried has been great, and they're $3. So they have some new ones out. And one that I bought that is brand new is called I Love You, a Latte. And anything with coffee, I'm in. And there it is. Now tonight, that's what I used, this lightest shade. It's a matte to go under the brow and blend everything out. Now all of these and I Love You, a Latte are matte. So if you're looking for some nice matte neutrals to wear, this is perfect. And like I said, it's brand new. I have it linked in the description. Sometimes these are hard to find in store, but I ordered it through Ulta. So that's where I got it. But some others that I love, Pumpkin Pie, this is a favorite of mine. Look at these shades, how beautiful. They perform like high-end. I cannot believe these are $3. It is just almost hard to comprehend because they work so beautifully, blend nicely. They really are amazing. Now another one I bought that I haven't used a whole lot was the mint green. I wanted to try this out. So I'm still working with this a little bit, but I like green. I don't typically wear green, but it goes pretty well with hazel eyes. And so I bought this one. I have all the shades that I have listed in the description of the video. And Kelly says, I need to try the no budge sticks. They seem very nice. They are. And you know, Lisa J from BK Beauty did a little Instagram on them recently. Her eye look was amazing. I think she only used 2 sticks. Oh wow, Debbie says she's at the salon getting highlights and she's watching me while she's processing. That's awesome, Debbie. I just got my hair done last night too. So we're on the same schedule. Yes, Victoria, I love these little palettes. Now this one, I'll show you the blush in a minute. This one is another favorite, Cream and Sugar. And again, these are neutrals. And I forgot what I did for my eye look tonight. After I put the purple on, I took a little of this shimmer from the Cream and Sugar and patted it right in the center of my eye just to give a little sparkle to it. So I used that shade, and that's really pretty. So the Cream and Sugar has 2 mattes, 2 shimmers. The brown is also matte, and I like using this as a liner. So that's really beautiful. A couple more. I like rose shades. So this one really caught my eye immediately. This is the Berry Bad. And again, just so beautiful. These are shades that are current, that are in palettes that are coming out, but so much more affordable. It gives you a chance to try them, see if you even like the shades. Some of these I didn't even know if I would like on my eyes, so instead of making a $50 investment in a palette, it's great for $3. You can just have fun with your makeup and play. Now, the last eye palette I wanted to show you is this one, Rose Water. And this is more cool tones. So if you like those cool rosy shades and mauve, I think you would love this one. This is so beautiful. And Jackie says, I love colored eyeshadows, but I find they age my eyes. I stick with neutral colors, but I do love all the pretty colors. You know what you can do, Jackie, what I do, and I know how you feel because I've felt that way many times. I'll try a shadow and I say, that really ages my eye compared with even when I don't wear shadows. Sometimes I'll take those shades and use them as a liner. And they can be beautiful liners. You can wet your brush. You could use a setting spray, something like this, the e.l.f. I love this one. This is the original that doesn't have alcohol in it, and I really like this. So you can take your brush, wet it with this, dip into the shadow, and have an amazing liner. And that way you get that color and you get to feel like you're part of things going on, yet it's not the whole eye. Another thing that I like to do, Jackie, is put it on the outer, the outer third. So that's what I do when I want to, put a color into the look, but I don't want it on my whole lid. So that is what I do with that. But those shadows are absolutely stunning. $3, such a deal. Now, I want to say, I see Kelly Girl says, I go tomorrow, my hair is a mess. I know right when I hit the 6-week mark, my hair goes frizzy and I know it is time for my hair. That's for sure. And Liz says, I love the 4-shade eyeshadows because it keeps it simple. I do too. Sometimes in the morning, I'm up at 4 getting ready for work. I feel overwhelmed even by a palette. I really do. There are some days when I just have so much on my mind, I want to get out the door, and those small little palettes make it just so quick and easy. I love it. So I'm glad that's helpful, Jackie. That's sort of the way I work some of these colors that are just too much for my whole eye. So Joyce says, I purchased the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer and Blush, and that's what I'm about to show. Now tonight what I did was I mixed shades. I put 2 of the blush shades together. I used the lighter shade towards the apple of the cheek and the deeper shade on the outer portion. So the pink that I used, let's see, this one I think didn't have the name on it, but I have it listed in the description. This is it. It's really bright. Some of their packaging, now they put the label, just so you know, here, like this one is Caribbean. But this was when I think they first came out with these, and they were actually just putting a sticker on the bottom of them, and they weren't even putting the names on the products. So yes, so this is really beautiful. I love this. Oh, this one's Bora Bora. That's what this one is. And then the second one that I want to show you, Caribbean, it looks like it's a lot, but it's really not. If you look at this, I would usually think, oh, that's way too much for my skin. But I just go with like a small fluffy brush, go into this, or a stipple brush is a great brush to use, and just slowly build. These are very buildable. I think they're fantastic, and they're so inexpensive. Let's see, the Putty Blush, the blush palette I showed earlier is $8. These are $6 for individual cream shades. So that is so reasonable. And also they have their Putty Bronzer. Now I want to say this, I talked about this recently in a video. I bought the Anastasia for comparison. And one of the YouTubers that I follow, she had talked about this and compared the two, and I wanted to try them out. Now, what I found is the Anastasia lasted longer. Like when I did tests on my arms, I could rub, and after I rubbed a little bit, the e.l.f. would sort of sink in or disappear, and the Anastasia was still there, really strong. So if you find that you love cream bronzer and it's something you want to wear all the time, you might want to invest in this if it's in your budget. It's really, this one is the shade Amber, and it is absolutely beautiful, works great. But if you're playing around with bronzer and you think, well, I don't really need it to last 12 hours, and I really don't know if I want to use it every day, I might just use it once in a while, then I say get the e.l.f. The e.l.f. Putty Bronzer is really nice. Now, I bought two shades. This is Honey Drip, and then the other one is Tan Lines. And so these are the two that I bought. And I think the Tan Lines was the one closest to the Anastasia, if I'm remembering right. But I had already bought the Honey one first, and I love these. They're beautiful, they blend nice, they're not patchy, they don't catch on my skin. They're just really easy to work with. So if this isn't something you're going to wear every day, or you're not gone from your house like I am for maybe 12 hours at a time, then I say go with the e.l.f. and save your dollars. And Patsy, I so agree. I wish they would put larger print. Some of these also, in some of the packaging, they have reflective print, and it's hard to read what the shades even are. And my close-up vision's actually pretty good. It's my distance that's the real problem, and I still have trouble. I'm always squinting and creating wrinkles looking at the packaging, trying to figure out what the heck it says. So I wanted to share this powder blush with you. Again, this is one of those $3 blushes, and this one is Pomegranate. I also have one Spiced Apple, I think, and these are beautiful. The highlighter, look at the highlighter. It's really pretty, and the blush, very soft, sort of peachy shade. I love this. This is really beautiful, and again, the same price as the little shadows. If you just want a different color to add to your collection, these really last on the skin, and they're wonderful. The formula is great. And hello, I see Victoria saying hi to Brandy. So hi, Brandy's not on my screen right now, but I'm glad you're here, Brandy. Welcome. I want to share with you a little bit about e.l.f. skincare. e.l.f. is really getting into the skincare market, and I'm not shocked because it's a huge money maker. Most people, a lot of women our age, don't even wear makeup, but they're very concerned about their skin looking nice, not having any dark spots and fine lines, and just wanting our skin to look as healthy as it can be. So I get a lot of comments from people that say, oh, I just wear mascara and lipstick, but I'm more concerned about skincare. So I wanted to try their new skincare, so I bought this. It's their Pure Skin, and it's a little travel set. I really recommend trying this before you buy their products. This was around $15 for this, and I'm glad I did because I like it, but it doesn't beat my other skincare I'm currently using. So what this comes with, first off, let's get to the face wash. The face wash, the cleanser, now this is with oat milk, niacinamide, so it's got some great ingredients in it. But when I looked at the price of the full size, like face wash, I think it was more than my Aveeno that I love so much. And I like the texture of that a lot better. This is super runny. I'm gonna get out my glass palette so you can see what I mean, but this is very, very thin. And I tend to like something with a little more substance. So you can see how thin that is. Now the Aveeno's a little thicker than that. It is, I just felt like my skin felt cleaner and I just liked it better. I love the Aveeno because it's very calming on my skin. This did not irritate my skin though. So I want to make sure you know that was a big plus with this, that this line is supposed to be very soothing and pure and have good ingredients in it. So I did like the cleanser, but I wouldn't purchase it on my own. Now they have also a little toner. I like this, but I have some others I'm using right now that I would just stick with. I wouldn't feel like going out to get this, like I got such great results, I feel I need to run out and get it. I think for somebody younger than me that, I know this has niacinamide and oak in it and stuff, but I think this skincare is geared more towards a younger audience. I just feel that from the ads, the ages of the people they're showing. I haven't seen any with people our age in the ads. So I think this is targeted more towards a younger market. Now the moisturizer, again, just too thin for my liking. I'm gonna put some on my hand here and show you, use my hand as the palette. It looks fairly substantial, but when you rub it out, I just felt like it was a little, even though I like a thin moisturizer, this I didn't like the feel as much as say my La Roche-Posay or others that are more affordable, or like the one I talked about from Gold Bond that has grapeseed oil and hyaluronic acid. I prefer that over this. So I'm not going to buy any more in this line, but if you want to try it and you're curious about it, then I would definitely suggest doing what I did and getting the little travel set, and that way you can see if it's something you really like or not before investing, because I think each one of these is at least $10 a piece, so that's still $30, so it adds up. And if it's $30 and you don't like it, then it's $30 wasted, which I don't want you to do that. So that's why I'm saying that. Julie says, I can't use anything with niacinamide. It seems like most skincare products have this in it. So it's hard to find skincare I can use. I see that, Julie, and you just keep seeing more and more products with it, and it's so hard when we're allergic to certain things or they bother us and they're in everything. So I really feel for you. I will try to look for something to share with you, Julie, that doesn't have niacinamide in it. One thing I could recommend, I'm really starting to turn to oils, and I'll have a video coming up in the next month or so about some oils that I've been using, but that might be a way that you want to go for getting moisture to your skin, having a dewy look, and then you know exactly what's in it, and it's not got a lot of different ingredients that might aggravate your skin. But I know that that's really hard. And Ronnie says, I wonder how the e.l.f. moisturizer would feel in the summer. It might be better because it's so thin. Now, one I like better than the Pure that they just came out with is the Holy Hydration. I like this better. I personally, like Rhonda says, I personally like Holy Hydration line. I agree with you, Rhonda. I like it much better than the Pure Skin. That's just my instinct. This has more of a luxe feel to it. Maybe that's what bothers me, is that the Pure Skin, it feels like it doesn't feel luxe. Let me just put it that way. And the Holy Hydration, this is more like cosmetically elegant, as they say. It just goes, look at how fast that went into my skin. Really quick, where the other one I was rubbing and rubbing to get it to go in. So I think for our age and the things we're looking for, I really prefer this. This is fragrance free. Now that's a good thing about the Pure Skin. It does say it's fragrance free, vegan, cruelty free, no sulfates, phthalates, and parabens. So this does get rid of a lot of things we're looking to get rid of, but I personally like the Holy Hydration much better. So, and Debbie says, nice to know, Joyce. I was thinking of trying it, but decided on the Inky list. InkyList has some great products that are so affordable. I really love their caffeine eye cream. That has been really good. Now, a couple other things from e.l.f. before we move on to Essence. I have used the Poreless Putty Primer, and I do like it. This is more, if you're into a silicone kind of primer and you haven't tried this, you may really like it. If you don't like a silicone primer, you won't. Now, when you put this on, you have to press it into the skin. It's not like the other primers that I've shared with you where you know, sort of rub it in like a face cream. This is one you're going to press in, but it's going to give you a smoother look. So I would recommend this more for someone that has enlarged pores. If you have larger pores, I wanted to try it because I do have some larger pores in this area. And I sort of just press it in, or if I have a fine line over here, I take the primer and press it into the fine line. So if you haven't tried that and all of these things sound good, this is so affordable, great primer, and I've really enjoyed that. Now, a few weeks ago, I guess when we started the live streams recently, I showed you these new e.l.f. These are their it's got the texture of water. This is their in the shade Berry Queen, and these are their new lip stains. I'll show you one here. This gave me the vibe of, now I know I see on camera it doesn't look so much, but it looks a little bit like Clinique's Black Honey. It's got the feel like a black honey. This doesn't have the feel of a lip gloss. It does have the feel of a stain. Now, what I like about these is you can put them on, you can layer them, you could sort of dab it off on a tissue and put another layer and let it build and dry, and these will last a long time. There's not a lot of product in these, but it's a good chance to try it and see if you like it. Now, again, that shade is Berry Queen. And then we've got this one is Fiery Red. We were talking about reading these labels and how this can be. I'll show you here. This is more, I would say more of a cherry red right there. And I really love it. I've gotten more into reds lately, and this is a great way to introduce red into your routine. If you feel like red is too much, what I think the best way, and this is how I started liking red, is to do it as something very thin. I love the one from Flower Beauty. I recently did a little YouTube short on my top 5 Flower Beauty products, and I talked about the shade Snapdragon. That is so beautiful. It's very hydrating, it's thin, it's not thick. I think a hard thing to start with red would be one of these red liquid lipsticks where they're thicker, or a thicker lipstick formula. So if you're wanting to try red, or you haven't used red in a long time and you think, oh, I would never use red, try a little lip stain. And that's a good way to try it. And then also this one is Spicy Sienna, and I really like this shade a lot. This has got a little bit of orange to it, which I don't typically like that. But I'll show you there. This is beautiful. I like the formula of these. The formula is so nice. And these run $6. So they're not as inexpensive as the bite size, but it's a fun way to try some new shades, a different texture on your lips. I think wearing a thinner lipstick is very anti-aging, that it's very youthful to have the lips look dewy and not have them look so thick. Some of the matte lipsticks, they're wonderful, they're long-lasting, but sometimes I'll look at them and think that looks a little thick on my lips, that I like a thinner formula. And Tina says, I think one of my favorite e.l.f. products is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. They make great setting mists. I think they're so underrated for those. This one is their original makeup mist and set, and it doesn't have alcohol in it. It is beautiful. I use it to wet brushes and put on eyeshadow. I use it to set my makeup. If my powder looks too much, then I will spray and it will just make it melt into the skin. And this is so inexpensive. I think this is around $5 or $6. So this is really great. And the last e.l.f. product I wanted to share with you are these, the Hydrating Core Lip Shine. Again, this formula reminds me so much of Clinique's Black Honey, the formula of those lipsticks. This one is very grapey looking. Let me blend it out a little bit so you can see, but it's sort of like a lip balm, but maybe a little more color to it. So these are really cute. They have a little heart in the center of them, so they're super cute. And I love this. It is hydrating. They're very affordable. And I think they're great for if you're looking for more moisture on your lips. I want to say hi. Lydia says she's just leaving work. And we're so glad you're here, Lydia. I want to welcome all of you. You ladies are so amazing. I just look forward to seeing you all week on Wednesday nights. This is like our own makeup club, and I'm so glad you're here. It's fun having just someone to talk about our love of makeup with, and I just really appreciate all of you being here so much. I want to talk about Essence. And so I'm going to get out all my goodies that I have that I'm really loving from Essence. Essence is so affordable. When I looked at the prices before, when I was putting the links and the list together for everything, I'm going, wow, most of these things are $3.99. That is pretty awesome. And that makes me so happy because I want makeup to be for everyone. I never want anyone to feel excluded from feeling their best. And I just always feel more joyful when I'm wearing makeup. I've loved makeup all my life. Will you tell me in the chat, what age did you fall in love with makeup? I would love to know that. I think I fell in love with makeup when I was probably 4 or 5 years old. That's how long my love of makeup has been around. I've shared with you all before that my aunt was a June Taylor dancer on the Jackie Gleason show. And she was living with my grandparents when she was on the show, and they lived very close, maybe a block from my house. So I would go over there and I would ask her if I could have permission to sit and watch her put on her makeup. And I just loved it, especially those false lashes. They were amazing. And she just thought I was the weirdest kid wanting to sit and watch her put on her makeup. But she would play music while she put on her makeup. And I just have always done that naturally. I play music while I'm putting on my makeup. Even in the morning before school, I will be in there at 4 o'clock in the morning putting on makeup and I'm playing music. So it's funny how we pick up those things as a child and they just stay with us all of our life. So makeup has always been a part of my life. And Lydia says, I fell in love with makeup when I was in my 30s. Wow. And I just love hearing that. And welcome to Mary all the way from Ireland. That is incredible. Mary, what time is it over there? You know, it's let's see, 6:40 here in the East Coast of the U.S. I wonder what time it is over where Mary is. Tina says, 3 years old, my mom put on my first full face of dance for your dance recital. My mom did too. I sat still even for the eyeliner and mascara because I couldn't wait to be as beautiful as my mom. Oh, that is so sweet, Tina. I'm going to cry here. This is just good times. Victoria said, makeup is my happy place. I was 12 years old when I started and still love it at 52. Oh, I couldn't wait to wear makeup. I only wore it for dance recitals till around 12, and I guess then my mom said you can have lip gloss. That was my first makeup product, lip gloss, the one with the roller in it. And I would just sit there and just roll and roll till it looked like I had olive oil all over my lips. That's what it looked like. And I see Joyce says, I just purchased the blush from Essence. Oh, that's awesome. And I have some to share with you tonight. Ronnie says, I've been using makeup since my 20s, but not heavy. Now in my 50s, I don't leave my house without at least foundation. I'm the same, Ronnie. I never go, I'll run to the mailbox in front of my house, and that's about it without my makeup on. And Patsy says, I think dance recitals started lots of little girls on their makeup journey. She was 6. Oh, I agree. We love it. Now I see, look at me, the lights. I am getting so hot under these lights. So I'm going to put on a little more. Oh boy, I look like I have olive oil on my face right now. I'm going to put some of the Camo Powder on. See, when I'm filming, I try to not have the air on because it's very noisy. So I'm going to put, let me move my papers here, and I'm going to, oh my gosh, it looks like I just ran a marathon, ladies. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is great. This is the new Camo Powder. Hello to Carla. We're so glad you're here. From Real Chicks TV. I love Carla. She's just such a beautiful person. I love all of you. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my gosh, that helped. But now I've got stuff under my eyes too. Boy, I'm going to have to turn on the air. I think I'm going to have to go with a little air conditioner because I'm sweating so much. It's warmed up here in the Sunshine State. It's back to the 70s now. So in my filming room, it's right near where the sun is beating on it at the end of the day. So now I'm really heating up. The heat is on. Let me tell you. Well, let's talk about some amazing stuff from Essence. First of all, they have a brand new primer I really like. It feels like a moisturizer. It's their skin loving, sensitive primer. When I saw sensitive, I was like, you had me at sensitive. Because I have such sensitive skin and so many issues with things breaking me out. So I love this. It's got aloe vera in it. Now I want to say that because we always think of aloe vera as something great, but a lot of people are allergic to it. So if you're allergic to aloe, you're not going to want this primer. But it's non-comedogenic. And so I see Liz says, I started wearing makeup in kindergarten. My mother was terrified as I shouted out the bus window to her, not to worry. It is neutral brown mascara. Oh, you are so cute, Liz. And hello to Mona from Texas. We got the cold weather now. Oh, I guess we sent it your way because it has been so cold here. And finally, we're getting back to like the 70s. I love living in the 70s. Let's just say that. And thank you, Victoria, for your sweet comment about dancing on the beach. There's nothing like the beach for me. That's always been, I would say, home. So I feel the most peaceful there. So it is a fun place to do something I love and be somewhere I love to be. But this primer, look at how it blends into the skin, really nice. This is what I'm wearing tonight. I put this under the Camo Powder, the new powder from e.l.f. Now you don't need a primer. I've worn it without a primer, but this, if your skin's dry at all, I think you would really like this primer. It's very moisturizing. I really enjoy it. And it says, Tina says, Joyce, my mom is in her 70s and still gorgeous and glamorous. My grandma lived to be 102. You got some good genetics there, Tina. And when my mom went to visit her in the nursing home every day, she wanted her to put her makeup on her. That's so awesome. Oh, I love that. I love putting makeup on my family. I have given my mother makeovers, both my daughters. I just love doing that. It's just so much fun, and I have such great memories. I used to paint my grandmother's nails all the time. If she came to visit, I would ask her, could I do your nails for you? And she just loved that. So I think that's a way we can give from the heart, is doing things like that. And it just brings such beautiful memories too. Debbie says, remember how huge the tubes of BB used to be? Oh, absolutely. And I still can't get over the 102 years old. That is amazing. My great grandmother lived to be 96, and I thought that was great, but 102, we need to know all of her secrets. Now, I want to show you a few new products from Essence. They came out with a whole coffee line. I love coffee, so they had me at the word coffee. And this is called Coffee to Glow, and it's an under eye treatment with caffeine in it. I really like it. It's a cream. Now, I know the first question I'm going to get is, which one do you like better, Laura? The Good Molecules Yerba Mate, or do you like this one? I like them both. I haven't done a comparison. It depends too. The Yerba Mate one that I talked about from Good Molecules, that's $6. That one is a gel. This one here is a cream. So I'll show you. This is an eye cream. Some people don't like gels, some people don't like cream, so it's your personal preference. But this has caffeine in it, and I really like the formula. I didn't have any allergic reaction to it. I used it tonight under my eyes, and the price is so affordable on this. Let's see, this one is $4.99. So that's a great price. It's worth trying if you're looking for a caffeine under eye cream. And I think it's really good. Now, another thing they came out with, oh, I must have left it in the bathroom. Oh my, oh no, it's right here. I have so many things, I'm not looking at it. This is a highlighter, Coffee to Glow. Now, if you remember, I believe it's Dior that had those meteorite little round balls. Do you remember that? The highlighting ones, very expensive. I never owned those, but I did own the ones from Physicians Formula. They were for bronzing, those, and they were little round balls. I bought them twice. I bought the package and loved them on my skin. These are little coffee beans. I can't open it up because if I do, they'll fall everywhere. But it's a whole layer of little coffee beans. So I'll put it up so you all can see it. And they're beautiful. I did my cheeks, I put them over the blush to bronze up. I really like it. Now, because of the way they are, you have to sort of just take your brush and go like this, or else they're gonna fall out of the box. But I like the look of them. I thought they were really pretty, and it's sort of a novelty. I'm seeing now there's all this food stuff with blush and designs on blush. Physicians Formula has come out with a new blush that has little strawberries on it and smells like strawberries. And then you've got this whole coffee line from Essence. So this is pretty neat. Now, I want to show these shadows again. I talked about them when I first started doing live streams, so I won't go into a lot of detail, and I know most of you have seen these. But these are $3.99, and they're fantastic eyeshadows. So the first one, and there's one they have out now, a nude, that is so beautiful, but this is the coral here, right here. And I love this on the eyes. Gives such a beautiful look. They blend easily. So these are absolutely stunning. And I want to stop for a minute because I see that Carla had mentioned about the loss of her mother. And my heart goes out to you, Carla. I don't even want to imagine the pain that you're going through because I know how close you were with your mother. I know from your videos you talked a lot about her. And this whole deal with COVID and not being able to see her, I can only imagine. We were in a similar situation with my aunt. She's been in a rehab for over 2 years. And during COVID, my mother is her only living relative, and her sister, close, relative, and they couldn't see one another, and it was so hard on my mother, and I'm glad that they're able to see each other now. But I want to send you all my love And I'm sorry that of all times to lose a parent. I think it's just been so horrible for those that have lost loved ones during COVID. It has just been brutal. I have no words. I have no words. But I love all of you let's all send Carla some love, because we need to just wrap our arms. Oh, that's so sweet. That I see that you went to the window to see your mom too, and that's just, that's so hard. My heart really goes out to you. Okay, it's hard to go back to makeup after that, isn't it? This has really been a challenging couple of years for everyone. And I hope everyone will go over and sub to Carla's channel. She is amazing. You know, she was a reporter for years for the news network, and she's just such an experienced journalist. But more than that, I just love her. She does some great videos I talked about on the live the other week with fashion, where she will take an outfit off Pinterest that would cost a fortune, and she'll go to the thrift and make that outfit. And I just think that is so incredible. That's a talent. I don't have that talent. I need your help, Carla. Will you come help me make some outfits? I look at my stuff before I go to school and I go, what am I going to wear? And I end up with a bunch of neutral things. So I love that you're all sending Carla some love. We definitely need to support one another and love one another at this challenging time in our world and in our lives. So I'm going to share a few more things from Essence that I love, and I'll finish showing you these palettes. This one's Taupe It Up, so if you love cool shades, I think you would love this. I don't wear these shades, so I just simply wanted to try it because it was something different and something I didn't have in my collection, even though I have so many palettes, because I buy them to try out, to share with all of you. So I loved it though. I thought it was really a nice look, something a little different. Those of you that have blue eyes, I think that would just be amazing. I have hazel eyes, so I tend to go with more warm shades. So this one, mauve, I love to mauve it, mauve it. I love to mauve it, mauve it. They have all of these names on the shadows. Like this is Taupe It Up, and then I like this one, Coral Me Maybe. So that's that song, Call Me Maybe. This one's I like to mauve it, mauve it. And look at the shades, beautiful. That would have gone good with this top tonight. And Carla's channel is Real Chicks TV. That's the same as her name on the screen that you're seeing. Real Chicks TV is the name of her YouTube channel. So I hope everyone will definitely subscribe to Carla. And it says, Tina says, makeup seems frivolous, but it is so much more than just powder and pigment. It is a way for us to express our creativity, to feel confident, and to come together and create community and support. I totally agree. It's just like art. Art brings people together. Art is a way of expressing ourselves, our emotions, our feelings. There's so many children that I see that are unable to communicate verbally, but can express it through art. And I feel the same way that so many people may not be able to communicate in verbally, but when they do their makeup, it's a way of therapy, of creativity, of self-expression. So that's what I love about it. It's really can lift your mood. And so I think for those of you that love cool shades, you would love Mauve to Mauve It. Now this one, Dancing Green instead of Dancing Queen. Look at these greens. This is a great way to try a shade like this. This is a popular shade this year. This is why Essence, they tend to go with shades that are popular for the year, and these products tend to come and go. So if you just want to try green out and see how it looks, $3.99. It's so affordable. And Kelly Girl says, I don't know you all personally, but I'm sending love to all of you. Love you. I think that's so wonderful. And think of pen pals. We may not meet a pen pal back when we were kids, but we could develop a really strong relationship with a pen pal. My pen pal ended up being my great aunt. We communicated through letters for years. She lived in Ohio. We were in Fort Lauderdale, far away, and she would send me a charm every Christmas. She sent me a charm bracelet the first Christmas, and then every year would send me a charm. I had Ohio, the Buckeye State. I had a roller skate, all these charms, and we built a beautiful relationship, even though we really only saw each other one time in my life. And so I see Tina says, Victoria, with my blue eyes, I love corals, warm rusty tones. Yes, those are all beautiful. And Cat Slow says, oh, that green palette's so pretty. Oh, I agree. I think it's one of the prettiest ones I've seen at the store, and it's $3.99. Kelly Girl says, I'm off to work. My shift starts 30 minutes. I'll check out the links. Thank you, Kelly Girl. I hope you have a great night. Thanks for coming tonight. Now, hello to Mona. Thank you for coming. I see she says same here. And I want to share a couple of very inexpensive blushes. I think that's one thing Essence does so well. This one is called Befitting, I think, and this one is Bespoken. But such beautiful shades. To me, these look high-end, and even the packaging is cute for the price. It has that lucite kind of look. But I love these. These shades work so easy for everyday looks. I see Brandy says, I started using eyeshadow when COVID started. Your eyes were the only part of your face people could see. It says a lot. Oh, that's so true. What a difference having our faces covered, not being able to see a smile. And I always would tell my students, I can tell if you're smiling at me because you can smile with your eyes. That's what I want you to smile with me. Even though I can't see your pretty teeth, they have the most perfect teeth, those little kids, you know. And I'd say, even though I can't see your teeth, you're smiling at me with your eyes. And that's what I want to see. And I'm so glad now that I'm able to see their little teeth and their little smiles. Now, one thing I bought over and over from Essence is their Make Me Brow. It has that same little tiny brush that you get on the Benefit. And this again is like $3.99. I love the shade that I have. This one I think is, it's Blondie Brows. So I have a tip to share with you that I learned from a makeup artist that I want to share. And that is, if you're having trouble with your brows, like you're like me and you have fine brows and maybe just a few hairs at the end, take your spoolie brush, brush your hairs down. Then you can see where you're missing hair. When your hair's straight out, you can't really see the pockets as well where there's hair missing or where it's not grown high enough. What I discovered is when I brushed the hair down on this end, my brow like dropped off too soon. So now what I do is I take a brow, I brush the hair down, I sort of fill in what I can fill in. Then I brush the hair down and I can see where the part where there aren't hairs where there should be and fill it in. Wow, that's so much easier. You get such a better look. That's what I did tonight, and that was like a game changer. I just learned that recently, and I absolutely love it. Analyzing My Life says, I bought those 2 shades of Essence Flush on the recommendation of Jessica Braun. I love Jessica. She's just about to have her baby. She is just the cutest. I have watched her for a long time, and I absolutely love her. She's one of my favorites from you know, the YouTubers that are in their 30s. I think she's just absolutely adorable. I have a couple more Essence products before we end things tonight, which I hate to end because I love spending time with you ladies. This one is a one I've had around for a long time. It's called Be My Highlight. What I love about this is it's not intense. It is geared perfectly for a mature woman. When you put this on, it looks intense right now on my finger, but it just builds. I'm going to put a little on my cheek, just so nicely. Look at that. That is so pretty. It goes on very easily, and I just put a tiny amount on the cheeks. This is one of my favorite inexpensive highlighters. I've tried everything to see what it's like, but I always go back to this and go, wow, I can't believe that's so affordable. Again, this is number 10, Be My Highlight. But they had a couple of shades in this, but this was my favorite one. Now, as far as mascara, I've tried all the Princess mascara, Lash Princess, but one of my subscribers recently, and it might have even been here in the chat, recommended this one that's waterproof, and I tend to never use waterproof mascara, so I like this one. It does give beautiful lashes. I'm wearing it now, but I'm wearing it with the Essence Volume Booster Primer. So these two work well together. They're so affordable, and I find that even though this is waterproof, I can get it off my lashes pretty easily, and I don't seem to be losing lashes from it. So, oh my goodness, Lisa's saying here in the comments that she lost her mom at 18, and Lisa has cancer. So Lisa, I want you to know, boy, a lot of things come up in these chats. There's so many, you never know. I always tell my students this, you never know what somebody is going through. You know, I tell the kids, when you look next to you, you don't know what's happening in that person's life. And that's why you always have to treat them with kindness. You don't know what they're going through. So, Lisa, we're gonna, those of you that pray, we'll be praying for you. Those of you that want to send her just positivity and love, we're here for you, Lisa. And I just want you to know that we care about you, and I'm sorry that you're having to go through this. And we just send you a lot of love. A lot of love in this room tonight. That's what I have to say, a lot of love. The last product that I have, last products I should say, are lip products. And so I want to say, right now, I'm wearing a lipstick called Happy. It's number 2. I never hear people talk about Essence lipsticks. I hear them talk about lots of other stuff from Essence, especially the mascara. That's the main thing I probably hear about. But this one, look at how luxe that looks. I love this shade on my lips. I didn't really have much in my collection like this. It's sort of like got a little rose, but a little nude to it. But I think it's absolutely such a beautiful lipstick. And this one here, I think was around $3.99, if that. So affordable, so beautiful. And this is the shade Happy. And they say it's semi-matte. I would agree with that. There's a slight shine to it, but not overly shiny. And so I love that everyone's sending love and prayers to Lisa Marie. This has been a good night. I think we need each other. And it's so hard, you know, as we get older and maybe you've moved around or you work a lot and you don't have time for friendships. That's in my situation as a teacher. Most of my friends have been teachers because I really don't have time outside of school to develop friendships. I have just a couple of friends outside of school, and so we get to our age and it can feel very lonely, especially when you're going through something or you're concerned about something in your family. So having a time like this where we can spend time together is very uplifting. And analyzing my life, she said, Lisa, I had cancer, lung cancer last year with radiation and chemotherapy. I am in remission. That is awesome. Hope is possible. I couldn't agree with you more. My grandfather was diagnosed with lymphoma at 80 years old, and he had never been sick in his life. And the doctors told him he had a 15% chance to live. And he went on as if they told him, you have a sore throat. He just lived his life. He did everything he could as long as he could. And by the end of that year, a year later, he was cancer-free. And he had cancer all over many parts of his body. The lymphoma had spread. And we really, many of us in our family thought there was no hope. And if anything taught me to believe in miracles, it was my grandfather. So so many of you have gone through a lot. I'm reading the screen and I'm seeing, bladder cancer and just all the things you ladies have been through. So much. And I just want you to know that I'm sending you a lot of love tonight, a lot of love. And you're right, El Hun says, yes, definitely as the kids grow up, we have time for our own pursuits again. And that's so true. As we're winding down careers, I'm in the 28th year of teaching, so I have a couple of more years left in my career. That's winding down, my kids are grown, so we're in a new season of life. And it's just so nice to have each other here. And Patsy says, I live in a retirement community. I know of so many who have battled cancer and won. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Patsy. You're right, there's hope. You always cannot lose hope. And oh my goodness. And Carla says, ovarian cancer here in my 30s. Wow. This has been a night, I think, of just love and appreciation for one another and what everyone has been through. You've been through so much. I don't think I could share more makeup after this. This has just been so beautiful seeing you all supporting one another and loving one another. So I'm going to save a couple of lipsticks for next time because I just feel like we have taken everything to a new level tonight. I want you to know how much I appreciate you. I appreciate all the love and support you've given me. You have really helped me through the last 2 years. The last 2 years with COVID and working every day in a public school, it has been a real challenge. A challenge mentally, emotionally, physically. It really has been a lot, and with everything else going on, but having this channel and being here with all of you, that has really helped me through the very tough days. So I want to thank you. I see Ronnie says these Wednesday evening makeup get-togethers help keep our minds off of other things. You're so right, Ronnie. I was saying that today at school. I said, I'm so looking forward to this tonight because this is little bright light and a little hot light in my life. I always look forward to this. And Helen says, we're absolutely sending our love back to you. You are a great person with a heart of gold and you have a beautiful soul. You all are, Teresa says she's crying. You ladies are awesome. I am really holding back because when I get done with this, the tears will be pouring. And so I just want to tell you that I hope you enjoyed these things. And, you have, thank you, Tina. She says, you are a hero, Laura. You are important to those kids. I'm finally starting to see the kids come out of all this, and they're going to need a lot of love. I said a comment in Little Poet, Susan's video. She was talking about a little girl she photographed who was out with her mom playing and sort of had like a sad look on her face. And I thought about it for a moment, and I said to Susan, the kids need us. This has been so much for them. Being, everything they've gone through in the last 2 years has had a huge impact on their emotions, their academics, their relationships, communicating, just talking with one another. I can't even tell you the impact this will have on many years to come on these kids. So if you have any children in your life, they're going to need some tutoring. They're going to need extra support to feel they have people they can count on. And I have even stood in front of the kids and I have said to them, you know what? I'm here for you. I'm still standing and I'm here for you if you need me. I have been that direct with them, and that's what they need. And if you have any grandkids, kids in your life, give them a call and just say, I am here for you, because the kids really need us. I think they have been the hardest hit by everything that has happened. As much as adults have been through, the children have been through so much. They really need us. So any kid in your life, if you'd send them some love, send them a card, send them something that lets them know that you love them. I can't even tell you the kids hugging on me because they just need that support. So I am sending you all a lot of love tonight. I hope you'll tune in Saturday. I have a video I've been working on for you that I'm so excited about. And if you want to visit over on Instagram, if you didn't see, I did also on YouTube a little short of my top 5 products from Flower Beauty. I love Flower Beauty. I just think their products are so amazing and so affordable. So I posted that. And I have a little giveaway this week for a gua sha tool I'm going to send as a giveaway. I found a new gua sha tool that I really love. It's got a little different angle on it, and I've been trying it with some various oils. I've been ordering some new oils too that I want to share that I'm trying out. So lots of new stuff, lots of fun. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful week. And I will see you hopefully on Saturday. Thanks so much for coming. And again, it's been a wonderful night, and I love all of you.